The video bulletin will be bringing your perspectives on happenings around campus. Here's a spotlight on how the STEM Corps started this year.
Every year, Windsor High's STEM Academy, that's STEM for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, challenges its students with a unique technological task. This fall, it was something different altogether.
We asked them to walk across water, which is particularly challenging. So they had to build a device that would actually allow them to walk on water. And it's actually known within engineering schools is something that's a huge percentage of college engineering students fail at also.
There's the thing WOW on the board for a few days, and so we were trying to figure out what that stood for. And they told us it stood for walk on water, and everybody looks at each other, and then we're like, God, what do we have to do? And then we figured out we had to build it all out of recycled materials.
Well, my first reaction was, that's awesome, because that's a really interesting first project to do in school.
From the get-go, we knew this was going to be difficult once we figured out what it was.
And I really liked we got to build a lot more.
They only got to use certain very specific materials that we provided or recycled materials that they brought, so they were very limited in that sense. So we gave them a whole lot of constraints. And then as a team, they have to come up with their own original and innovative ideas. And we really want that to be the basis for how students get to know each other.
So the teachers have a process that they give us. They tell everybody to go home and design their own process, and then everybody comes in and we take a look at everybody's project, see which ones are realistic. We had two that were realistic from our group, and so we looked at both. We looked at the positives and negatives in each and ended up deciding which one we wanted to go forward with.
So you write essays, you do all these things, but actually getting to build something and see if it works, I think there's this increased value in seeing your ideas come to life and then actually having to make them fail or not fail.
Our final device was a giant hamster wheel that we put our pilot in. It was at first very weak, and then we actually stayed after school and reinforced it a ton, and we could actually roll it across the ground very easily. However, in water, its main problem was the stability. So once the pilot got in, it tipped over, and pretty much he just went in and tried to stay out of the water as much as possible.
We used Home Depot buckets, 3 buckets on each side as pontoons. They were connected by a few 2x4s. Everything was tied together with string because we weren't allowed to use screws. And then there's a flipper in the back that you would power with your foot. It sounds even more insane out loud.
The idea is to actually give them something that's really challenging. We actually have a good percentage of them fail at it, and we want to push them to actually kind of hit immediately that failure point and kind of see what they can do as a group to come together and make something happen.
When you're working with 6 people, there's going to be 6 different ideas, and so you have to accept everybody's different ideas and turn them into one finished product.
We probably should have gone for a more feasible idea, and next time I would probably do something simpler that does not include a wheel. That's about it.
And we had a great day at Spring Lake watching students basically take face plants into the water, and it was really fun and energetic. Everyone enjoyed it and was supportive, and so it kind of raised the bar for us of we can go anywhere with these type of activities and kind of push students and kind of get out of the classroom to really test our ideas.
That's all for now. See you next week.